In the wilderness, proper clothing can make the difference between life and death. When facing unpredictable conditions, layering your clothes is an essential survival tactic. In today's video, we'll explore how to use the layering system to regulate your body temperature and stay protected in harsh environments. Whether you're trekking through snow-covered mountains or battling wet, windy conditions, this approach helps you survive. Stick around as we break down each layer, from base to outer shell, and explain why it matters in real-life survival situations. Let's take a deeper dive into each clothing layer and the science behind staying warm and dry. The base layer. This is your foundation. It sits closest to your skin and plays a critical role in managing moisture, which is key to preventing heat loss. When you're sweating or exposed to the elements, moisture can lead to rapid cooling, which is dangerous in cold climates. That's why you should avoid cotton, which absorbs moisture and stays wet. Instead, choose materials like merino wool or synthetics that are designed to wick sweat away from your skin. Merino wool is particularly great because it retains warmth, even when damp, and it's naturally odor-resistant, perfect for multi-day expeditions. Think of your base layer as your skin's first line of defense. It needs to dry fast and keep you comfortable whether you're moving or resting. Remember, in survival, staying dry is often as important as staying warm. The insulating layer. This is where heat retention happens. The insulating layer traps air close to your body, creating a buffer between you and the cold air outside. Wool is an excellent insulator, as it provides warmth even if it gets wet. Fleece is another option, lightweight, warm, and breathable, making it ideal for active conditions. One thing to remember is that insulation should be adjustable. You might need to add or remove layers depending on your level of exertion to avoid sweating, which can make you cold later. For extremely cold conditions, goose down is another option due to its exceptional warmth-to-weight ratio. However, be mindful that down loses its insulating properties when wet, so it's best suited for dry environments or when you have a good outer shell to keep it dry. The outer shell. Now let's talk about your final layer, the one that shields you from wind, rain, and snow. A good outer shell is waterproof, windproof, but also breathable, so it lets moisture from sweat escape. This keeps you from getting soaked on the inside from your own perspiration. In survival situations, being wet can quickly lead to hypothermia, even in mild conditions, so keeping that moisture under control is critical. Look for jackets made with materials like Gore-Tex or other waterproof membranes. These materials block wind and water, but allow vapor to escape. Your shell should fit comfortably over your other layers and offer protection from head to waist. If you're expecting heavy rain, consider investing in rain pants to keep your lower body dry as well. Bonus tip: extremities matter too. While we've covered the core layers, don't forget your extremities. Cold feet or hands can not only ruin your morale, but also lead to frostbite. Wool socks are a reliable choice. They insulate and wick moisture just like your base layer. Pair them with waterproof or insulated boots, depending on your environment. For your hands, a layered system works here too. Thin wool gloves for dexterity and thicker mittens or gloves over them to retain heat. And finally, your head is one of the most significant sources of heat loss, so always wear a wool or fleece hat to conserve body heat. Layering in different weather conditions. Layering is flexible, meaning you can adapt it to various weather conditions. In hot climates, a light base layer that wicks moisture and a breathable outer layer to protect from the sun and wind may be all you need. In cold, wet environments, you might need all three layers, including an insulating layer for warmth and a waterproof shell for protection from rain or snow. The point is to adjust your layers to maintain comfort and avoid sweating too much. To recap, the layering system is simple but incredibly effective for survival in extreme weather. Start with a moisture-wicking base layer to stay dry, add an insulating layer to retain heat, and finish with a breathable outer shell to block wind and rain. Don't forget your head, hands, and feet. They're crucial for regulating body heat. By layering properly, you can handle whatever the wilderness throws at you, from freezing temperatures to torrential downpours. If you're planning a trip into the wild, practice layering before you go. test different combinations to find what works best for you in various conditions. And remember, being prepared with the right clothing can make all the difference when survival is on the line. Stay safe, stay dry, and stay warm.